Anyway, moving on to the next anime here. We got Erased, an anime called Erased. I think it came out in 2016, I believe. My Hero Academia, I think, came out in it also started in 2016, but it's ongoing. Erased is different. Erased is a lot different from My Hero Academia because Erased is more of a mini series. It's just 12 20-minute episodes, so it's short. You can honestly probably watch it in a fucking day. I mean, I watched it in the span of like 2 nights. I watched like 6 episodes one night and 6 episodes the second night, and I watched all of it. So it's pretty short. But if you're unfamiliar with Erased, again, another a really hyped show that I heard about and I eventually watched it. It's about this 20-year-old guy named Satoru Fujinuma, and he has this special ability, and he calls it revival, where he basically he gets this like feeling, and then he gets sent back in time, like 5 minutes to a minute, like a short period of time. He gets sent back, and the reason he gets sent back is something bad is gonna happen. Whether it's someone's gonna die, get hurt, something bad is gonna happen, and he has to try to figure out what's gonna happen, and he prevents it from happening. He saves people basically, and that's it. He's like a special ability, and then I guess something happens and he gets sent back like 18 years. Well, back when he was in elementary school. I think it's like almost like 5th grade. He's sent back to his 5th grade year, and during his 5th grade year, a couple of abductions happen. Some girls, school students, get abducted and they get murdered, and by some serial killer, and he's sent back there to prevent these murders from happening. So, and that's kind of really cool. And he the first victim is this girl who's very isolated, very quiet, and he's trying to befriend her and protect her from this serial killer as like a 5th grader. But like he's a 29-year-old mind in like a 5th grader's body. Like he still is conscious that he was sent back in time. He has all this knowledge from when he was 29, but he's a 5th grader, and he's just trying to prevent these strings of murders from happening. So that's where we start out. Very awesome, very cool concept, very original. I really like it. I'm always here for some sci-fi time travel. It's kind of the shit. But yeah, and also it has a murder mystery to it as well, which I thought was really great. I think here, unlike My Hero Academia, where the story revolves and is held up by the strong characters, here it's kind of held up by the strong narrative, the story. I mean, the characters aren't bad. The characters are great. I think our main character is really awesome and really easy to root for. And some of the side characters are great. Like his mom is like one of the best characters ever in any anime. But I think it's held up by atmosphere, and just the main narrative is very investing. Even like I'm sure I've described it to you, and you're like, that sounds really fucking interesting. I kind of want to watch it. Like that narrative is a lot more, I feel, original and interesting than another story about superheroes. But My Hero Academia has amazing characters that you learn about and you get attached to. Here, there's not as much time. There's 12 20-minute episodes. There's not that much time to really get connected with these characters. But you get invested in the story because it's very suspenseful, it's mysterious, it's atmospheric, and they have some sci-fi, almost horror elements and really dark elements to it. There's elements of fucking child abuse in here. Obviously murder, child murder, and serial killers and shit like that. And it's also kind of reconciling about who you are and what your purpose is here, and the meaning of friendship and all that, and what love really means. I thought that was really cool, that it plays with ideas like that too, which I thought was really great. Now I will say the show itself can be kind of predictable. I mean, it has twists and turns here, but I mean, I predicted who the killer was in the second episode. I mean, granted, the show doesn't give you a lot of options of who it might be. I thought maybe I kind of knew who it was. I mean, there was a point in the show where it was oh, maybe it's that character. But then I was like, nah, the show's not going to do that. It's going to be that character. And it was. It was that character. So you probably can point it out. Like, if you're not... It's pretty obvious who it is. I mean, it doesn't really do too much to really hide it. So it kind of hides the reveal. It kind of diminishes the reveal of it. But, like, the reveal of it is still really intense. You know, it's still a really intense show, even though, like, you know who it is. So it doesn't really take away from the main story narrative too much. So there's that. But, I mean, other than that, I thought also they could probably could have done with building up the main character's power, this revival power. They just kind of, like, introduce, it's like, this is what I can do, and then they never address it again, really. It's just kind of like, it's just like, you just kind of accept it. They don't really delve into, like, how we got it, why he got it, or anything like that. You never find any of that shit out. It's just like, here's the story. This is what we're doing. We're trying to save this girl. That's what we're doing. Which is totally fine, and I thought it was very good. I mean, again, I'm probably, like, saying, like, this show kind of sucks or not. It's not. It's really good. I mean, if it sucked, I probably wouldn't be talking about it. So it is a really great show. I just think it can be kind of predictable. Like, the mystery of it is really not, you know, like, if you're looking to be really surprised, you might be a little bit disappointed with the show, but I think just the narrative and the story is I think it's a meaningful story, and I think it's a really cool one. It's very emotional throughout the whole show, and it's very emotionally engaging. I thought it was really, like, the relationship that he builds with this other girl is it really pulls at your heartstrings. I really liked it a lot. But the animation again here is pretty incredible. I would argue maybe even better than My Hero Academia. I mean, My Hero Academia has all the action, but this one it captures the atmosphere and setting of it. And I thought it can be very visually striking at a lot of points during the show. It's almost like film quality, really, you know. But hey, I mean, it's also an anime too, so I mean, you have to appreciate anime for what it is to really enjoy that and pick up on it, and I do. So yeah, but like, again, there's some other things that I thought the show could have done. Like, they could have went into the main character's mother a bit more. I feel like she kind of played side fiddle. I feel like she knew a little bit more than she let on as well. You know, this running joke where, like, he refers to her as a witch because she always knows what he needs at the exact time he needs it. I thought it was really cool. Again, it adds a little bit humor aspect to it, but I feel like there was a lot more to her character than we would think. Oh my god, there's a dog barking outside. Hopefully you don't hear that. But anyway. Also, like I said, expand on the power of revival a little bit more. A lot of people don't like the ending to this one. I thought it was fine. Again, I think with the closure aspect, they could have done a little bit better of a job. There's one thing where I was just like, oh, those characters are together? That's kind of weird to me. But whatever, okay, what's cool. The ending's a little bit ambiguous, but I kind of liked that. Again, it can be predictable, but it also has really cool elements and themes to it. I think there's a lot to enjoy with this anime, and I think you guys should probably watch it to kind of form your own opinion. Again, it's a very hyped show. I mean, but for good reason. It is really good.